And the enemy knows this. He's feeding you the drugs. Now he's feeding you what? The Uzis, the AK-47s. Huh? He's feeding you automatic weapons now. You don't make no weapons, brother. Where did you get the weapon? You never been to a firing range. You can't go to no firing range with a Uzi. You can't go to a firing range with a street sweeper, which is a automatic shotgun pellet weapon that allows you to fire off 12 rounds of 12 gauge shotgun pellets in 3 seconds. You ain't going nowhere to learn how to shoot that. They put that in your hand knowing you want to practice. So you just look for an excuse to use your Uzi, to use your AK-47 and your street sweeper and your magnums. But you kill more innocent people, destroy more property because you don't know how to shoot. And look at this. This is all calculated. It's part of the conspiracy. Now you say, man, my neighborhood is getting real rough. Your poor mother, she's at home wondering, will you make it from the school to the house? So mama is saying, Lord, I got to move. I got to get my baby out of this. Where you moving to, mother? See, the enemy wants where you live. The Robert Taylor homes, Stateway Gardens, see, Henry Horner projects. White folk want this turf, brother. When they plan downtown, they recognize you too close to the downtown area, the business section of the country. So what they do, the white boys have moved out in the suburbs, and it's taking them all kind of gas money and time to get to downtown Chicago or downtown Boston or downtown New York or LA or Detroit. So the white boy is saying, let's move the niggers out. How do you move the niggers out? You create gangs. You feed weapons to the gangs. You make them kill each other. Just confine the killing to their black neighborhood. Don't let it spill over into the white neighborhood. Then as they kill each other, it will produce black flight. Then they've prepared reasonable apartments for you in the suburbs. So you move out, and the white man let the property go down. The banks are in cahoots with them. Then they send some of you to burn the property. Then as you begin to move out, whites let the property keep going down. Then the white developers come in. Imagine the Robert Taylor homes as a condominium. They don't want you there no more. They want you out. Oh, brothers and sisters. White flight from the cities to the suburbs have left blacks, Hispanics, and poor people in control of the inner cities. But in developing the inner cities, the areas where most black people live is the area most convenient to downtown and the seat of power. So the real estate developers want to put condominiums in places where houses exist now and sell them to whites who are far removed from the centers of power. They did this in Washington, D.C., and caused us to kill each other. And when we left, the white boys came in and took over where we once lived and made it beautiful. And now we can't get back in there. They did it right here in the Woodlawn area. They allowed allowed the Blackstone Rangers to come up. They gave us guns. We started killing each other. Our parents left. Now the white people have come and taken back over that area, and you are gone now, and you can't get back. They're going to do this in Stateway Gardens. They're going to do this in the Robert Taylor projects. They're going to keep death and destruction going in the black community until you run and get the hell out of the city, and then you'll never, ever have a black mayor again as long as time prevails. These efforts by the wickedly wise are designed to create a national emergency, to justify in the public's mind the use of brutal force to put down this threat to public safety from what is called gang activity. Just this week, in the Chicago Tribune, the headline was, "Fear Lives in the CHA Taylor Homes." They put a little letter on the front page of the Tribune, supposedly written by a 6-year-old girl. Listen to her words, her alleged words. For the last few days, a whole lot of things have been going on. Shooting, killing, dying, death. That happens every day, every week, every month. Like they tried to kill my cousin, tried to hurt my grandfather to take his money. Everywhere you go, you see people on streets, in abandoned buildings, on the corners, breaking in houses, getting stopped by police, but every day the same thing happens. In the article, they talked about the product that is spreading in the community is drugs, and the byproduct is violence. In an area plagued by chronic unemployment, narcotics is the tempting alternative to a pitiful welfare check. Narcotics has been the means through which drug dealers have been able to buy expensive cars and clothes. But for the many law-abiding residents of the Taylor homes, I'm quoting the paper, the largest public housing development in the world, drugs has simply brought more bloodshed and intimidation. Over the last few months, violence has escalated at the complex, forcing tenants to flee, or live like hostages. More and more, drugs dominate the lives of the residents. There are more participants, more people willing to sell drugs, said the police, and everyone is willing to be arrested to make that money. They don't tell you that the police, many of them, are making money from the sale of drugs. They don't tell you that some of them are organizing the gang activity. They don't tell you that they who have a license to kill some of our young people to keep the rest of them in line and paying regular and not stealing the profits. They don't tell you this. Listen to these words from the police. According to the police, much of the violence is triggered when turf boundaries are challenged at gunpoint. Hey, look, man, you selling drugs on my turf. The gang members vie for lucrative markets for cocaine and karachi, a potent form of heroin. Now listen to what the police are saying. It's going to blow up eventually. All-out war, a dope war, said police officer Edward Bone of the Public Housing Unit. Now listen to how they're setting you up. They're very organized, well armed, and we have a lot who don't care about when to squeeze the trigger. This is a policeman talking. He said, these guys can't shoot. So when they come out with these Uzis, it's spray the area. Now look, the police are saying the gangs know that we are limited in what we can do. They know that they can keep on operating, and the same places we hit go back into operation the next day or even that same day. Now listen to this, brothers and sisters. If the police say that they can't handle it, what are they saying? If they, the police, can't handle it, then they have the right now to bring in the National Guard and the Army to handle it. Are you listening? Are you listening?